I don't mind predictable Christmas rom-coms because I feel like they're safe, they're warm, they're fuzzy, you know what to expect. But sometimes things just get a little bit too stale. And if the narrative isn't very interesting or the characters aren't that interesting, it does mean they're just not very good. And unfortunately, while I didn't mind the picture of Christmas, it didn't really give me that warm, fuzzy feeling. This is also called The Christmas Book. It was released in 2021. It's directed by David I. Strasser and written by Jessica L. Randall. It stars Giles Panton as Brandon, Chelsea Hobbs as Ember, and we also have Mila Jones as Emily. And of course, Emily is the classic little girl with her single parent. In this case, it's a single father who meets Ember when she goes back to this little small village to sell her grandmother's Christmas tree farm. And she sticks around because the community have agreed to all work hard together to give this best final ever Christmas tree farm Christmas festival. And of course, there's this romantic spark between Ember and Brandon. Will they, won't they? I'm not going to say, but you can work it out for yourself, I think. Honestly, Ember was a really dull character. Nothing wrong with the performance, none of the actors were bad, but as a character, I just found her to be not that interesting. Not so much that she was unlikable. I just wasn't invested in her journey. I felt like she was very dull, not at all interesting, and I just felt like I didn't really care for her. And unfortunately, the narrative's kind of boring as well. The most exciting thing that happens is we get to see Emily performing as an elf in a school performance, which is interesting enough, and it was quite cute to see. But if that's the most exciting thing that happens, it's not exactly very gripping. It's relatively festive. There are, festive songs, and there's a peppermint mocha, which, most classic Christmas rom-coms of the 21st century will have a festive drink in it at some point. So it's not Christmassy, but again, it didn't give me that warm, fuzzy, festive feeling like a lot of them do. So it just felt a bit weak. It wasn't really a compelling narrative. The characters, Brandon was okay, Emily was really sweet, but Ember, again, I didn't dislike the character. I just couldn't have cared less about what happened to her. So I wasn't invested in her journey. I was invested in Brandon and Emily, I have to say. But the narrative, the plot points, the key plot points are really boring. And honestly, we didn't get to see enough of the people who live there. Ember gives a speech at one point thanking everybody for helping to make this festival and how everybody feels like they're all part of her family now, or like she's part of their family. But we never got to spend any time with them, hardly any time with them. So we, as the viewer, never got to experience that feeling. We never got to feel that warmth that Ember is being invited into. So it just wasn't portrayed very well at all. So would I recommend it? I mean, if you're like me and you will just watch any romantic Christmas film at any point, then give it a go. There might be some things in it that you enjoy, but there are many, many similar but better executed films that I would recommend before this. It's not great, it's not terrible as such, but it's certainly not one I'd watch again.